All right, what is good, everybody? Hope you're having a great day, Wednesday, hump day, whatever you want to call it. Let's get after it. Let's make some money. Let's make some moves, some memories, It's life. Let's go. All right, anyway, point of the video. Hearing a lot of talk, people think that the housing market is going to see a big correction. People are talking, oh, we're going to see a crash like 2008. Here's 3 reasons why I do not believe that we're going to see anything like that, and why I believe that the real estate market is actually currently in a strong position to make a continuous, slowly but surely upward move in appreciation going into 2024. And the 3 reasons. The first thing, lending requirements since the crash in 2008 have dramatically changed. They've become much stricter. There's actually a statistic out there that says 20% of the loans that were giving to people in 2005 and 2006 were basically fraudulent, or people would not qualify for those loans today. That's 1 in 5 people that were going to buy a house during that time period realistically should not have been able to purchase a house because they were not financially capable of doing so. And that obviously led to a lot of people getting into arms, and then the adjustable rate, kicking in, and people not being able to afford the mortgage payment. And, next thing you know, the house is actually worth less than what you paid for it, and your rate is crazy. You're trying to sell, and there's a ton of inventory, and nobody wants to buy a home. So that obviously is a different situation. But the second reason why I don't see a crash happening at this point, so 1, lending requirements are much more strict than they were. The second is that currently, if you're in the industry, inventory is very low right now. It's nearly an all-time low. So with very few homes on the market, even if there's not a ton of buyers out there, home values are not going to drop because there's very little for sale, and people, need to buy a home or want to buy a home. A lot of people my age looking to buy property, looking to build some equity in a home. So with the inventory at near all-time lows, it is holding housing prices strong. And again, this is specifically in Massachusetts, although I think it does translate to other parts of the country as well. So third reason for sure why I don't think the housing market is going to crash is because people nowadays have a ton more equity in their properties than they did when things got ugly. So obviously we've seen drastic appreciation over the last 5 years, and anybody that has bought a home basically before 2022 has very likely seen appreciation in that home and has gained additional equity in that home. So if things were to, for whatever reason, get crazy, you don't know what's going to happen in this world. Anything could happen at any point in time. So obviously you got to prepare for the worst, but people would have much more options when it comes to selling that property. They could pull out a home line equity. They could refinance. They're not only have equity in the home, but it would allow them to even possibly sell the house. Obviously if there's a ton of inventory in the market, that might not be as easy, but there are much more options. So those are the 3 reasons I think where we are right now in the real estate market. It's kind of a standstill. The reason being, you have a vast majority of homeowners that refinanced in 2020 and they got a rate between 2.5 and 3.5, and they're considering selling their property right now. But why would they? Because they're going to sell, and if they need to find something else. An example, a lot of downsizers out there looking to downsize. They might have had some kids that went to college, and now they're in a big home, just the 2 of them. They want to downsize, but they got a 3% rate. Well, if they sell the house and they buy a smaller home, well, the payment will be the exact same, if not more money, because the interest rates now are in the mid 6s rather than when they refinance. So you're almost in a standstill. I think what we need to see in order to loosen up the market a little bit is for interest rates to gradually come down, which we're expecting them to do so due to the correlation they have with inflation. If you follow inflation, inflation's been on a downwards trend, peaked out, and depends where you look, but the government says it peaked around high 8s, low 9s, and right now it's in the mid to high 4s. I follow Truflation. It shows that we're actually in the threes, and with inflation downtrending with the recent CPI numbers, expecting that to continue into the back half of the year. I think interest rates are going to remain the same for the next month or two, and then we'll see a steady but slowly decline in the back half of 23, and that should continue into 24 as long as inflation numbers continue to come in lower than they have been, which are now being compared year over year. So a lot of information there. Hope you got something out of it. If you want to pick my brain, send me a message, give me a call, 978-758-2528. Love to have a conversation with you. Market is certainly still moving. I'd love to help you buy a house, get some equity in your name, get some, good hard-earned forced appreciation in a home, and next thing you know, you'll have some equity and you'll be sitting in a good spot for the future. So give me a call, send me a message. Love to talk to you. Have a great day. Let's go.